and give it to a lineman as you got to fumble it. He cannot take it and hand it.
The national championship for Nebraska.
Home run ball. Jackson has it. The All-American tight end is going in, and Oklahoma takes the lead. Here's Homer Jordan lofting the six-pointer. He's got it. Lofted into the end zone. Touchdown, Nelson.
Millhouse on the flip and into the record books, West Virginia.
Welcome to Inside the Orange Bowl. I'm Andrea Ocampo.
And I'm Dieter Kurtenbach. We're located today at Sun Life Stadium, home of the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl, as well as the Miami Dolphins and Miami Hurricanes. Join us today as the road to the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl rolls on.
All season long, there was plenty of intrigue over who would face off in the ACC Championship in Charlotte, North Carolina on December 7th.
Some experts thought we might see Florida State and Miami. Both were undefeated when they met up in Tallahassee for a Sunshine State showdown in prime time on November 2nd. It's our Florida Blue Spotlight game.
Florida State and Miami renewing one of college football's best rivalries of all time in a matchup of undefeated top 10 teams. 13th play of the game, and it's Jameis Winston handing off to Devontae Freeman, who pounds it across the goal line. Touchdown, and the Seminoles are up 7-0. After a missed field goal by the Hurricanes, famous Jameis Winston tries to go deep, but he meets Deion Bush, who picks him off for the Hurricanes. Ensuing Canes possession after the pick, and it's Stephen Morris who's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to go up top to Allen Hurns, who corrals the ball for the 33-yard score, and just like that, we are tied at 7. Seminoles would go back on the attack on their next drive as famous Jameis Winston throws deep and connects to Kevin Benjamin for 35 yards. What a catch. Later in the drive, it's James Wilder Jr. banging it in from the 1-yard line. Touchdown Seminoles, and they're back in front. With FSU now up 21-7, Jameis is going to throw behind his receiver, and it's Rashawn Jenkins. Hello, makes the great interception, and this is the first game Winston has thrown more than one pick this year. Hurricanes would again punish the Noles for the turnover on an absolutely perfect pass from Morris to Allen Hurns for the 14-yard touchdown. Game goes to the half with FSU up 21-14. Second half now, Miami desperate for points, down 28-14. Stephen Morris airing it out, but it's P.J. Williams who picks off the pass for FSU. Then it's FSU who would get the backbreaker as the Seminoles hand it to Devonta Freeman, and he takes it outside for 12 yards and the touchdown. Seminoles dominant in the second half and go on to defeat the Hurricanes 41-14 to remain undefeated. What a great game turned in by these two ACC powerhouses. Seminoles win 41-14.
Following that tough road loss, the Hurricanes suffered a second straight defeat to division rivals Virginia Tech at home. They still had a chance to control their own destiny when they traveled to Durham, North Carolina to face off with the Duke Blue Devils. Let's check out the highlights.
Duke Blue Devils hosting the Miami Hurricanes, and the Blue Devils control their own destiny and going to the ACC Championship game already up 3-0. Miami forces the punt, and it's Stacy Coley going 79 yards. Touchdown Hurricanes, and they were out in front 10-0. Coley will certainly be a special player for the Canes going forward. Al Golden still warning his team that the game is far from over, and Brandon Connett would make that foreshadowing true as he scores from 2 yards out for the Blue Devils. Miami would respond immediately, though, with a 10-play drive, resulting in that 5-yard pass to Herb Waters. Touchdown Miami Hurricanes, and just like that, it was 17-7. But again, Duke would storm right back and cap off a 52-yard drive with Brandon Connett hitting Shaquille Powell on the wheel route for the touchdown. Then it's the Hurricanes responding down 28-20 as Herb Waters takes it the distance. Duke coming right back at you as they lead 31-30 when Brandon Connett takes off, scores for the Blue Devils, and Duke would never look back as they take a 2-score lead on the Canes. Shaquille Powell powering his way through the Canes defense for a 33-yard touchdown. The Blue Devils would tack on another field goal, and the students rush the field as Duke wins 48-30, and they are in prime position for a berth in the ACC Championship game. Just another great serving out of the ACC.
That was another tough loss for Miami, but it was a fun game to watch. There were so many tremendous individual player performances on both teams.
Speaking of great player performances, it's that time of the year when semi-finalists for the National Players of the Year are named, and the ACC was well represented. We have two Heisman hopefuls in the ACC, and they're both quarterbacks. In his first 10 games, Jameis Winston threw for nearly 3,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, and only 7 interceptions, while completing 70% of his passes. The redshirt freshman also rushed for 3 touchdowns.
Clemson's fifth-year senior Taj Boyd has been equally impressive. In his first 10 games, he also passed for nearly 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, while completing 66% of his passes. Boyd also rushed for 8 scores. Outside of a lopsided loss to the Seminoles, he had an outstanding season.
Boyd's favorite target is Sammy Watkins. The junior from Fort Myers, Florida, is a semifinalist for the Blitnikoff Award for Best Receiver. He's top 10 nationally in receiving yards, bringing in nearly 1,100 of them, and he's caught 71 balls and 9 touchdowns through the first 10 games.
If Andre Williams was not in the same division as Florida State and Clemson, more people around the country would know who he is. The Boston College senior running back led the country in rushing after the first 10 games with 1,800 yards. He has rushed for more than 200 yards 4 times this season, including a game where he ran for 339 yards and 2 scores against North Carolina State.
The ACC has some stars on the other side of the ball as well. Clemson's Vic Beasley is one of college football's premier pass rushers. The junior defensive end is among the national leaders in sacks, and don't be surprised if he's named a semifinalist for the Ted Hendricks Award for Best Defensive End. He is one of the reasons why the Tigers are much improved on defense. Other ACC players are up for national awards, including Florida State's Nick O'Leary for the Mackey Award, which is given to the nation's best tight end. Offensive lineman Brian Stork of Florida State is up for the Outland Trophy. Hurricane senior linebacker Denzel Perryman was also named a finalist for the Butkus Award.
We're just getting started. When we come back, we'll turn our attention to the Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance presented by Sports Authority and a look at a young lady who is mixing it up with the big boys when Inside the Orange Bowl returns.
When he thinks he's still 24, but his knees don't agree anymore. We are here for you.
When her chest gets a little tight and you need some good advice.
We are here for you.
When life happens, Florida Blue is here for you with a variety of health plan options, health and wellness consultants, fitness programs, local agents across the state, and much more. Florida Blue, in the pursuit of health.
Your wireless world is about to be rocked. Metro PCS is here. Everything you want, $40, period. All the 4G speed you need, $40, period. Unlimited data, talk, and text on a nationwide 4G network. Even taxes and regulatory fees are rolled in. It's the power of the period. Everything you want, $40, period. Only at Metro PCS. Wireless for all.
I built this.
You did?
Yeah, I built this park.
Come on, Dad.
Remember last year when I took you to that Orange Bowl football game?
Yeah?
Well, all the money from those tickets went right back into the community to help restore this park, Orange Bowl Field at Moore Park, and coming soon, Ives Estates in Miami-Dade County.
So, did I help build this park too?
I guess you did.
Hope will grow. Muscles will ache. Battles will rage. Faith will deepen. Greatness will prevail. Moments will amaze. Fans will rejoice, and new rivalries will emerge. This is ACC football.
Welcome back to Inside the Orange Bowl. The Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance, presented by Sports Authority, is headed toward the OBYFA Championships on December 14th and 15th at FIU Stadium.
Let's take a look at some of the action from a few of the leagues.
Jumping right in the pond, the West Kendall Dolphins coming at you. Elijah Felton gashing the Hialeah Cougars up the gut for the first score of the day. Cougars coming back at you, putting it in the air, but it's Darren Davis picking it off, almost taking it 101 yards if it wasn't for the great play by this Cougar here that trips him up at the 38. Fourth quarter now, Dolphins up 8-0 as Trevon Fowler hitting Alejandro Alvarez for the Cougs' first score of the day. 3 minutes left in the game. Fowler scans the field, finds no one, and it's Jordan Dillon looking like Cameron Wake picking up the sack. And then it's the Dolphins defense doing it just like in the overtime game, picking up a safety and winning the Super Bowl. West Kendall wins. Kicking it back over to the Miami Extreme League Super Bowl 12 and unders. West Miramar Patriots taking on the South Miami Grey Ghosts, and it would be all Patriots all day as Tresnad Desrosiers sets the tone and keeps doing work here, taking the pass from William Manuel into the end zone for his second touchdown of the day. Then it's Jonathan Cotto taking the rock, running through Grey Ghosts like Casper, and he's getting a 17-yard gain before they push him out at the 5. Leonard Cohen now coming back at you, finishes what Cotto started. Patriots on top. South Miami would score, but it's too little, too late, and it's William Manuel hitting Alex Chisholm for the Patriots, and West Miramar is your Super Bowl champions. Another great Super Bowl helping out of the Miami Extreme League 10 and unders. Tam Miami Colts playing the Doral Broncos, and it's Bobby Washington playing the defense like a fiddle before he's pushed out at the 6-yard line. And it would be a tale of two Washingtons as his brother Robbie takes the handoff, goes to the other side, hits the outside, touchdown Colts, and they're on the board first. And Robbie wasn't done there, here taking the handoff, finding the outside again, doing what he does best, going through Broncos, touchdown Colts. Then it's Bobby Washington saying, hey, did you forget about me? Runs right at the teeth of the defense, scores. The Colts would go on to win here, getting the sack, and they are your Super Bowl champions.
One of the players hoping to make it to the championship game is Catherine Serra of the 90-pound Key Biscayne Key Rats of the Miami Extreme Football League.
That's right, Dieter. This 8-year-old prefers pigskins over pigtails. Our partners at CBS4 Miami recently profiled this gridiron girl.
Football season is in full swing. Men and boys, young and old, are playing the game they love from coast to coast. But here in our backyard is an 8-year-old making some noise, not because of the age, but because this player wears pigtails.
All right, gentlemen, shake hands, introduce yourself.
Catherine George is a typical 8-year-old girl.
I should have said, gentlemen and ladies, introduce yourselves.
If typical means putting on the pads and mixing it up with boys, sometimes older, almost always bigger, and doing whatever she can to protect the quarterback of the Key Biscayne Key Rats of the Miami Extreme Youth Football League.
My favorite part is the games when I actually get to put people on the ground that are not my teammates.
She's the hardest worker on our team, and she's a total team player. She doesn't care about anything that involves her. She just wants to do what's right for the team, and she's at every practice early, leaves late.
One would think that the toughest thing for Catherine was to convince her parents to let her spend Saturdays on the line of scrimmage. However, that is far from the truth. In fact, Mom was all for it.
I thought it was great because she had spent a lot of time a couple of seasons ago on the sideline of when her brother was playing, and she would practice with the kids at the end, and her coach saw her interest and really encouraged her to try out.
Not only did she try out, she won a spot as the right guard of the Key Rats, allowing her to go head-to-head with boys who most of the time find out that this pint-sized powerhouse really packs a punch.
Sometimes they make noises. They make noises like that saying that they're gonna beat me by a lot, but then when I put them on the ground, they sort of don't like to look at me.
Make no mistake, Catherine is all girl, one who has tried her hand at just about every sport there is.
She plays coach pitch baseball, and she's on the soccer league. She plays basketball. She loves sport. She used to do gymnastics and a little bit of ballet, and we quickly took her out of that.
If you're not getting better, you're getting
worse.
This will be Catherine's last season playing football. After all, the boys are getting bigger and stronger, but if she has her way, she will keep her hands in the game, not as a player, but as someone that helps keep the game that Catherine loves safe for anyone, male or female.
Oh, I'd want to become a doctor for the NFL football players because since I have experienced football, I know how bad it feels to not be in a game.
Well, there is no fear in Catherine, who seems to love pushing the boys around, and you know what? She must be good after all. She wears number 58, a number that worked pretty well for a boy named Kim. Kim Bocamper, CBS 4 Sports.
So Andrea, were you out there on the football field when you were her age?
Not quite, Dieter. Right behind the microphone is where I belong. But you definitely have to admire Catherine for thriving in that type of environment. Don't go anywhere, because when we return, you will see a tearful surprise homecoming for a military mom that you will not want to miss.
When he thinks he's still 24, but his knees don't agree anymore. We are here for you.
When her chest gets a little tight and you need some good advice,
we are here for you.
When life happens, Florida Blue is here for you with a variety of health plan options, health and wellness consultants, fitness programs, local agents across the state, and much more. Florida Blue, in the pursuit of health.
Experience the bold side of water. Sparkling ice, bold flavor, 0 calories, perfectly possible.
American Airlines has been a proud sponsor of Orange Bowl for over 17 years. And with good reason, Orange Bowl's unwavering passion to give back and help the people of South Florida. From youth sports and organizations like Special Olympics and Make-A-Wish, to providing scholarships that make it possible for young people to realize their college dreams. American Airlines shares that passion and is proud to support everything Orange Bowl does for the community. Let's all keep doing great things together.
Inside the Orange Bowl is brought to you by Sports Authority, American Airlines, Doctors Hospital, Florida Blue, Fox Sports Florida, Sun Sports, Hampton Farms, Metro PCS, Nike, Sparkling Ice, Sun Life Stadium, Miami Dolphins, the Miami Herald, Toyota, Wells Fargo. On Sunday, November 17th, nearly 2,000 cheerleaders flooded the Bank United Center on the campus of the University of Miami for the annual Orange Bowl Youth Football Alliance Cheer and Dance Championship presented by Sports Authority.
Inside the Orange Bowl, correspondent Danielle Lynn was there for all the excitement.
Thanks, guys. We're here at the University of Miami's Bank United Center for another Orange Bowl production. This time it's for the girls. The cheer squads are lining up here to compete in the Orange Bowl's Cheer and Dance Championship. Family, friends, and fans are here for a long day of excitement and competition. Let's go check out some action.
As entertaining as the competition was, it wasn't the highlight of the evening.
A sergeant in the Alabama National Guard recently completing a tour of duty in Cuba surprised her daughter and son by showing up to the event. Making it more special, it was the first time the sergeant would see her daughter cheer. Inside the Orange Bowl was there to catch this touching reunion.
Throughout the youth football and cheer community, we understand that it takes a village to raise a child. And while Sergeant Tawana Thompson may have traded in her supermom hat for a soldier's fatigues back in January, her heart was never far from the post where she matters the most. With the help of her mom and family here in Miami, and people like Coach Fifi and the Miami Gardens Rams, this soldier didn't miss a beat as her daughter, 8-year-old Raina, took part in her first year of cheer, and her son, 4-year-old Amari, got to break in his pee-wee pads.
No, this is my very first time seeing her cheer, everything. So that's why it was so important that I got here for this at least.
All right, have a surprise for you. Please welcome home your mother, U.S. Army Sergeant Tawana Thompson.
They say there's nothing quite like a mother's touch, and this tearful reunion proves just how true that is. And even though technology may have made time away a little easier to bear, even the strongest soldiers miss the simple things.
Skype and Facebook, that was our #1 thing, and through videos and pictures, I feel like I haven't missed a beat. They came here, when I got here, they were just too big. I don't know who this is.
Life doesn't get much more American than football and cheerleading. And with Veterans Day not far past, it's hard not to think of all the men and women serving in our armed forces and the sacrifices they make daily. Each and every one a hero, just like this amazing daughter, wife, and mother. To Sergeant Tawana Thompson, welcome home, and we salute you.
Get ready for a lot more of that new plane smell. We're building the youngest, most modern fleet among the largest U.S. airlines to ensure that you're more comfortable and connected than ever. The new American is arriving.
Hope will grow. Hearts will race. Voices will rise. Teams will triumph. Champions will emerge. Trophies will hoist. Tears will flow. And memories will forge. This is the ACC.
People wonder why I buy so many tickets to Orange Bowl games and events. Morning. Maybe it's because the dollars I spend find their way back to the South Florida community. And that helps make it a better place. For everyone. Or maybe I just can't live without legendary college sports and entertainment. Either way, I win.
Your wireless world is about to be rocked. Metro PCS is here. Everything you want, $40, period. All the 4G speed you need, $40, period. Unlimited data, talk, and text on a nationwide 4G network. Even taxes and regulatory fees are rolled in. It's the power of the period. Everything you want, $40, period. Only at Metro PCS. Wireless for all.
Welcome back to the show. The Orange Bowl is able to put on some fantastic youth programs with the help of our sponsors.
One of our major sponsors is Metro PCS. We spoke to Linda Richardson, Regional Director of Advertising and Public Relations with Metro PCS, about the company's commitment to the youth and the community.
Metro PCS and Orange Bowl are similar in so many ways. We both participate in programs that teach and give our children the tools to succeed in their life. And youth sports gives that to them. It allows that, it teaches them teamwork and accountability and responsibility, and it gives them something to focus on outside of school. Our children are our future, So at Metro PCS, we know we've got to help our community lead our children in the right direction. We've been out at the parks, we've seen these kids and how enthusiastic and excited they are to play with these teams. So this is a great opportunity for us to be out again with the families. We take the time to tell the parents about Metro PCS, the plans that we offer. We're just so honored to be able to be out here with these kids and their families, and we wish them all the best of luck in the games. The Metro PCS Team Mom program is a great program. It recognizes moms and all the hard work that they do throughout the whole season, because half the time they're the ones that go unrecognized. They're making sure that the kids are getting the games and the practices on time, that they have the right equipment, that they're doing well in school enough to be able to play, that they've got the snacks and the drinks for the students. They are the backbone of these teams. They do not get the recognition that they deserve. And in this program, it's actually their peers that nominate them. It makes it such a better program with that. So we will have one winner for each league. They'll be recognized at the Metro PCS Orange Bowl Basketball Classic, and they'll each receive a phone, a Samsung phone, and 6 months of service courtesy of Metro PCS.
We would like to thank Linda Richardson from Metro PCS for taking a few moments to speak with us about some positive things they're doing in South Florida.
Marketing is crucial to the success of any organization, and the Orange Bowl brand is a fixture in South Florida. A lot of work goes into building that brand, so for our member spotlight, we're talking to John Underwood Jr., the Marketing Committee Chair.
Hi, I got to say it's a huge honor to be part of the Orange Bowl Committee. As a young kid, I always looked up to my father, and seeing that orange coat in his closet, it was impressive. It was impressive to my friends, and I can't imagine not being part of the whole Orange Bowl program. The Orange Bowl marketing strategy about 6 years ago was very much tactical. It was all based on ticket sales, and it was all a consumer print campaign. We've evolved that in the last 2 to 3 years, where it's a multifaceted campaign that includes television, radio, outdoor. And you're seeing a lot of our television spots now within the community. And we had a campaign that was, "This is Orange." We've evolved this campaign. We wanted it to be more of a call to action to get these people to actually do something. Not only our patrons, not only our sponsors, but everyone in the community to understand that we're more than just a football game. It's about making it orange and making a difference within the community. I would say for me as a father and having a father very involved in the community and on Orange Bowl is the patron one with the father and the son. The father basically outlining why and where his money for the ticket for the Orange Bowl game goes, and how it affects so much more than just him and his son going to the game, but how it affects building parks and facilitating and producing new programs for the community. We've got, the Orange Bowl has been very involved in 2 new youth football parks, Moore Park in Miami and Carter Park in Fort Lauderdale.
That's all the time we have. Join us on the next episode for an in-depth discussion about the 2 teams selected to face off in the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. I'm Andrea Ocampo.
And I'm Dieter Kurtenbach. Make it orange.